America, the great melting pot, or so the story goes. But zoom in past the big cities and the suburbs tell a different story. Here, diversity and inclusion often give way to invisible lines that keep people apart. Today we're pulling back the curtain on the suburban dream to reveal the reality of segregation. This isn't just about neighborhoods with one dominant group, it's about systems that create and maintain deep divides. Segregation didn't vanish, it evolved hiding in zoning laws, school boundaries, and property values. These mechanisms create pockets of racial and economic homogeneity. So, let's take a road trip across the US to see how, in 2025, some suburbs remain profoundly divided. We'll look at the data, the history, and the forces that keep these lines in place. This isn't about blame, it's about understanding the reality so we can address it. Let's get started. Just outside Detroit, Grosse Pointe Park looks like the American dream. Historic homes, lakefront views, yacht clubs. But while Detroit is over 77% black, Grosse Pointe Park is more than 85% white. For years, physical barriers like sheds blocking roads separated the two. A legacy of exclusionary practices, from point systems for home buyers to high property values and exclusive clubs, keeps the community insulated and segregated. The result? A suburb that remains deeply divided from its neighbors. In the 1970s, Calumet City was a working-class white suburb. As black families moved in, white flight and blockbusting flipped the demographics. Today, it's over 70% black. But resources didn't follow. As the tax base left, schools and services declined. It's a textbook case of how segregation leads to systemic disinvestment. Highland Park, Dallas's ultra-wealthy enclave, is over 90% white in a diverse county. Racial covenants once kept out black residents. Now sky-high home prices do the same. The result: economic segregation that maintains the old racial divides. Here, exclusivity is enforced by wealth. Once a thriving suburb, East Cleveland suffered industrial decline and white flight. As the city became majority black, resources vanished and poverty concentrated. Today, it's one of Ohio's poorest communities, over 90% black. The lines around East Cleveland have become a trap, cutting off opportunity. Paradise Valley markets itself as exclusive paradise, nearly 90% white in diverse Phoenix. Strict zoning laws require massive lots and homes, making it impossible for middle-class families to move in. This exclusionary zoning keeps the community wealthy and homogeneous. It's segregation by design, enforced through land use. Only the ultra-wealthy need apply. Ferguson's dramatic shift from 99% white to majority black didn't change who held power. In 2014, a mostly white city government and police force served a mostly black community, fueling distrust and unrest. Segregation here led to a crisis of justice and a national reckoning. It's a stark example of how demographic change doesn't always mean real integration. Scarsdale is synonymous with wealth and elite public schools. High property values and strict zoning keep the community over 75% white and affluent. Opportunity hoarding ensures only the wealthy can access its top-tier schools. It's segregation by school district, not by fence. Gardendale tried to secede from its integrated school district to form a whiter, wealthier one. Courts blocked the move, citing racial motives. The attempt shows how the impulse to re-segregate remains strong. The fight for local control is often about drawing new lines. Atherton, Silicon Valley's billionaire enclave, is the nation's most expensive zip code. Zoning laws allow only mansions, no apartments, no affordable housing, the result: a fortress of wealth with almost no black or Hispanic residents. Even in Tech's backyard, exclusion is the norm. Warren was once a sundown town, violently resisting black families. Today, it's more diverse, but major roads still divide white and black neighborhoods. The city's past policies created invisible walls that persist. Segregation here is both historical and ongoing. Naperville is praised for diversity, but neighborhoods are segregated by race and class. Asian families cluster in some areas, while black and Hispanic residents are concentrated in less affluent complexes. On paper, it's diverse. In reality, it's a checkerboard of separation. Social networks and schools remain divided. Vestavia Hills fought to control its own wealthy white school district, resisting desegregation orders. Selective annexation and legal battles keep resources within its borders. The result: opportunity hoarding and persistent segregation. The fight is about who gets access to the best schools. The Villages is a massive 98% white retirement community in diverse Florida. Self-selection and targeted marketing create a homogeneous environment. Cultural signals make people of color feel unwelcome, leading to de facto segregation. It's a fantasy land for some, but exclusionary for many. Ladue is an old money enclave over 90% white, with exclusionary zoning and elite private clubs. Racial covenants and zoning laws keep out all but the wealthy. Excellent public schools, funded by a huge tax base, reinforce the cycle. It's a fortress of privilege in the St. Louis region. Garden City, a planned community, has a long exclusionary history. Recent battles over affordable housing show how zoning is used to block integration. The village board rejected multi-family housing, prompting a federal lawsuit. Local control is often a cover for maintaining segregation. Beverly Hills is a global symbol of luxury and exclusion. Racial covenants set the stage. Now, sky-high prices and exclusive services keep it over 80% white. Its own schools and police wall it off from the rest of LA. The city hoards resources for its own, perpetuating segregation. Darien is a wealthy, 92% white suburb with a reputation for exclusion. Strict zoning blocks affordable housing and fierce opposition greets any attempt at change. The town's housing policies are a decades-long effort to keep it exclusive. It's one of the most segregated communities in the country. Southlake is known for its winning football team and affluence, over 75% white. A viral video of racist chants led to a diversity plan, but backlash quickly dismantled it. The town became a symbol of resistance to inclusion efforts. Even talking about racism is seen as a threat to the status quo. Orinda is a quiet, affluent suburb, 75% white, separated from diverse Oakland by a tunnel. Strict zoning and high prices keep it isolated. A 2019 mass shooting exposed racial tensions and fears of outsiders. Geography and policy combine to maintain segregation. St. Clair Shores, over 90% white, forms part of Detroit's White Crescent of suburbs. Its identity was built on being not Detroit, reinforced by housing policies and a culture of exclusion. Even as the region diversifies, the suburb remains homogeneous. Invisible lines, county borders, school districts still function as powerful walls. 20 suburbs, 20 stories, but these patterns repeat across the country. Some walls are visible, some are hidden in zoning codes and school maps. All serve to separate, exclude, and hoard opportunity. Segregation concentrates poverty and wealth, fueling inequality and mistrust. It's not just preference, it's a system built by choices over decades. The good news? We can make new choices to dismantle it. That means supporting inclusive zoning, equitable school funding, and fighting housing discrimination. It means having tough conversations and challenging the status quo. If this journey opened your eyes, hit like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. See you next time.